Hey, good morning. My name is David. I'm back here at Youth with a Mission. Actually, this is just a buck. It's not actually me. You've seen the jackalope, the Davalope, whatever we want to call that. I shot that in 2011. Big 6-point buck. Don't normally see them quite like that. I love the outdoors, love fishing. See the lantern fishing pole on the old pole on the wall. Just cool stuff. I'm going to show you around my office and show you what's important to me. On this picture here, it says integrity at the bottom. It's one of my favorite words because I think it just really summarizes a lot of the character attributes of who Christ is. He's my hero. So, integrity, honor, honesty, purity, holiness. I just think it summarizes a lot of stuff. My pole's missing. I've gone fishing. Of course, I love to fish. Potato Lake is on that. There, I live right out there is Potato Lake. Of course, you can't see it very good because it's white. We're in the frozen tundra of northwestern Wisconsin. Big bass on the wall right behind me there. Look at that baby. Can you check him out? I'm going to take you right up into the mouth of the lion of the big. This is better than Billy Bass. Come on, where are you? There. Yeah, that's my big bass. Over twice as big as the biggest bass I've ever caught before. It's got a story with it. The story being this, that Micaiah, he was a young friend of mine. He was probably about 8 years old at the time. He and his dad, I was taking them fishing at a lake near here, and paddling a canoe. I felt kind of like the tour guide, the fishing guide, bringing them to the hot spot. And so I've got my pole hanging out the back end of the canoe, just with a lure kind of floating at the top. And I get to the hot spot, and they start casting. I grab my pole, and as soon as my hand gets on the pole, down it goes, and I've got a fish on. That thing came up out of the water, grabbed the lure, sucked it down, pulled me towards the weeds, and so I'm reeling away with this thing, but it's tangled. I can't pull it up. So Micaiah reaches down with the net, and he's fighting down there, and finally he feels like he's got it, and so he lifts up this baby. And we're all just gawking at it because it's the biggest bass I have ever caught, twice as big as any bass I've previously caught. So that's my big bass, and it says, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." That's a quote from my hero, my favorite guy in the world. His name is Jesus Christ, and I want to follow him, follow his example in everything that I do. Other cool things, see the picture of the little girl behind me from Mexico, and also of the eagle there. One of my favorite verses is, "They that wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings like eagles." The girl from Mexico shows kind of the poverty and just love reaching and touching the lives of children and those who are in need. Got up my library here, just cool books, Bible study helps. The Bible's my favorite book, and got some pictures of, not pictures, but you see the Canadian honker feathers there. My grandpa raised Canadian honkers, so they have a special place. My grandpa has a special place in my heart, not Canadian honkers. But I think of him. And then I got a degree on the wall there, bachelor's degree in biblical theology. There's my beautiful wife, Paula, and my beautiful daughter and her husband, Cody. They brought me incredible joy this last year in God-honoring relationship that led towards marriage. Then a buddy of mine, Bob, my daughter, catching fish, doing all that kind of cool stuff. My first grouse, the tail of that grouse there on the wall. And then right there, some memorabilia pictures from what this place used to be. It started in around 1950 as a place called Opinicanning Teepee Lodge. And then it was bought by a ministry called Why Not? I don't think it was a ministry. I think it was just a rehab place, which was awesome. I heard of a lot of guys who got set free from alcohol during those days. And then eventually, a ministry called Daystar purchased the property, and they had a 9-month discipleship program. They gave it to YWAM in 1985, and now it's YWAM Youth with a Mission Northwood. So those are some of the cool things in my office. Other cool stuff, let me just grab a couple things here. Hold on. Are you still with me? Okay, good. I'm back. My heater fell on the floor. It's cold in here. We live in the frozen tundra, don't we? Apparently, I mentioned that before. Anyway, this is the world. Check this out. God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Reminds me of that. Go into all the world and preach the gospel. So God's into the world. This here, if you figure out how to take all those nails, balance it on top of this, I will be impressed. Actually, you can be a part of the nail club if you memorize a bunch of scriptures that I require people to memorize. I will teach you how to balance all those nails on top of this one. And I just wanted to show you around my office. I've got this cool hat here. This is from Tajikistan. Went there a few years ago. This is from Thailand. They play a game that's kind of like volleyball, except you use your feet. So these guys are amazing. They'll do flips, kick the ball over the net. This cool stuff like that. Other things in my office, what can I tell you? I think that's about it for today. God bless you guys. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. That's awesome.